This is the Misguided Meeples podcast.
Yeah,
I've never seen a good-looking green car. I take it back. I've seen one green car in my life that has looked good.
With your hosts, Eric.
What do me and Japanese women have in common? Cold-skinned Cabana boys. Little alcohol. Know your names and research.
And Natty.
family-friendly content, without a doubt. Show me your tits. Put it in prisoner-visitor bums. It'd be a lot easier. Oh, I thought people kept chickens because they wanted eggs and kind of hated themselves. I will fight you for crab eggs.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the Misguided Meeples podcast, episode 26. I'm Eric.
I'm Natty.
We covered the bizarre and wacky news of the week. This is the week of March 16th, 2019. And we are carried on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, and YouTube. We'd greatly appreciate a like, a share, or a subscribe if you really like this podcast. Good reviews are good reviews, and bad reviews are also good reviews. How about that? If you don't give me a nice review, I will come to your house in the middle of the night and paint all of your rooms and your outside of your house and your roof and your chimney, everything about your house, even your fucking dog, the color Pepto-Bismol pink.
Yes.
I'm intense. I'll do it.
He's done it already. The market value of Providence is slowly slipping.
Oh, it's bad. They haven't caught me yet because no one listens to this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Leno and T-Swift are going to bounce out before everything's pink.
So, yeah. Anyways, busy week, but we're back on our new schedule of posting. We're going to try to get these out to you guys every Thursday mornings from now on, and we'll go from there. And I promise, no promises, but yeah.
That's as good as it gets, really. We're
trying.
We're only capable of so much.
It's a mediocre podcast. You gotta cut us a break here and there.
Yeah, come on, guys. Really.
We're just learning. We're amateurs. Okay.
Yeah, right.
You gotta give us a break.
They won't notice. They don't get up in the morning.
No. They'll download it later.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, Nathaniel.
Yes, Eric.
Jump right into these news stories. I think we got some good news stories this week.
I would agree. And we'll start with... Cops say transporting a horse this way is not illegal, but it sure ain't right.
Sure, it ain't right. It ain't right at all.
It really isn't. I mean, like, yeah. So, actually, I think the article puts it well. So usually when you pass a horse carrier on the highway, you just scrunch up your face because it smells like shit. Like, it literally smells like shit because that's what horses do. Mm-hmm. Well, they talk, walk, eat, doesn't matter.
Right.
I've never understood the point of hay rides. You just watch a horse crap for like 30 minutes, but whatever. It's not my problem.
100%.
The point is, this horse is being transported in a pickup truck with the tail down, just standing there on the highway.
On the highway, going like about 60, right?
Yeah, and the horse is just sitting
70,
there.
70.
Yeah, and the horse is just sitting, letting the wind go through its mane, like it's a dog in the passenger seat.
Oh my god, it's rough. Why would you do this? Like, they go into it in the story. The story basically breaks down like this: the trailer was broken for some reason, so they needed to get this horse back to wherever the fuck they were, and they decided, well, it's not illegal to transport your horse like this, so we're gonna do it like this. And they put it in the back of a flatbed truck. Mm-hmm. A fucking full-size horse in the back of a flatbed truck, like tethered to like. Did they take off the back window here? I think they did.
Yeah, it looks like it's tethered to like, I don't know. Honestly, it could be around his wrist for all I know.
I know. And then the horse is fucking terrified, going 70 miles an hour down a fucking highway.
Yeah.
In Texas.
Its shits are just like hitting the wind, and I wouldn't drive behind it necessarily.
100%. I wouldn't drive behind a regular horse trailer. Never mind this.
Yeah, never mind this. This is just like free season. They're gonna come flying at you.
Oh my god.
It's like a freaking game of Mario Kart.
And the weird thing too here is that they decided to make this decision to transport the horse like this, even though the trailer was broken. But horses are expensive. Horses are expensive. Reportedly, this horse is
the more you know.
Apparently, this horse is worth $15,000.
$15,000 for a horse.
Yeah, But horses, like in general, are just expensive.
Well, I know they're expensive to keep. You got to board them. You got to brush them. You probably have to feed them.
I mean, that's why like investment horses exist. You know, like people like breed horses.
Oh yeah, for like derbies and shit.
Yeah, exactly. They breed fucking horses and they pay fuck tons of money for sperm.
Oh yeah, and they pay a lot for boarding too, because I know the person who boarded the horse that won the Triple Crown this year or last year.
So even if this is like just a regular ass horse, not even like a Triple Crown winner, there's no reason why you should be transporting a horse this expensive like this. And honestly, this horse is probably worth more than that fucking truck. It's a visual, but this truck is like the most fucking dilapidated goddamn thing I've seen in a while.
It looks like a truck that was bought for the farm in '96.
Yeah, it's going 70 miles an hour
with a horse
on the highway with a horse like tethered kind of loosely to the back.
Yeah, right. So it's like one speed bump, and you're just dragging glue.
Oh, 100%.
Helen's not going to appreciate that one.
So what was the driver's explanation? Police say they told him that the truck... police say he told them that the truck that normally towed the horse's trailer would not start. The report did not mention what type of trailer it was, but we're pretty sure it could have been disconnected.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, what does it matter what car is broken down?
Yeah.
Just switch the trailer over.
Oh, it wasn't even the fact that the trailer was broken. It was the fact that the truck that tows the trailer was broken.
Right. So unless it's an RV, there's no point in, like, it doesn't make any sense.
It's the most fucking retarded thing I've heard in my life. Jesus Christ.
Is it not worth $15,000 to just couple up a trailer to your old pickup truck?
Thankfully, the horse was not harmed. But
no.
It just, as this author points out, terrified probably, but not. And there's several videos and photos.
Like the hoof is right on the edge.
Oh man,
it's so close to failure.
It's so close. it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, really, they are inches away from losing $15,000.
Oh my god.
And a saddle.
Anyways, it's not any way to treat a horse.
No, it really is not any way to treat a horse.
No way to treat a horse. I mean, that horse was very close to death. And the subject of our next story was actually pretty close to death, too. Luckily, she survived, and she's not a horse. But anyways.
Well, I mean, not in the literal sense.
Bad fucking transition.
It started well. You gotta stop talking. It started strong. You just gotta end it there.
Nah, it didn't start good.
It wouldn't be your style, yeah.
Anyways, let's just go right into it. Let's ignore that. Anyways, woman suffers stroke after oral sex orgasm causes brain bleed.
Yes.
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 So, not at all horse or horse related, but, you know, very different. Very big tone.
Well, I sure hope it's not horse related. You should not be giving them oral sex.
Very... very big Jesus. Anyways,
we're not gonna go Marie Antoinette with this one. We're just
no, that wasn't Marie.
Oh, which one? I don't know. Some queen who got killed.
Marie Antoinette was the one who got her head chopped off in France.
The other one got executed too.
No, but it was Catherine the Great in Russia. Those damn Russians.
Really? It was Catherine the Great?
Yeah, that was the one who was rumored to get the fucking horse caught.
Why would she blow a bear? That's Russian.
I don't know. Maybe the horse was closer. It's harder to tame a bear.
Putin would disapprove.
Maybe. Maybe he would.
Maybe. I doubt he'd care. He's too busy posing for his calendars.
No, he's more focused with,
calendars.
The calendars
and being ruggedly handsome.
Ruggedly handsome, the secret police and all that shit. All that shit.
Yeah, all that shit.
Anyways, a woman passed out mid-oral sex and not while receiving oral sex, not while giving oral sex. Her immediate...
That'd be confusing.
That'd be very confusing. I don't think that's possible to get an orgasm giving oral sex, but hey.
I mean... Probably not.
No.
I thought about it. Couldn't think of a good thing. No. Probably not.
Probably
not.
I'm going to guess not.
Probably not, yeah.
Anyways, After her imminent orgasm caused a small stroke. Luckily enough, she survived, but an unnamed 44-year-old woman was enjoying the fruits of her lover's labor when she lost consciousness for 2 to 3 minutes.
44, good for you, girl.
Though. You know,
Yeah.
44-year-old. Yeah.
Very responsible, little Pablo.
Yes, he was. The pool boy was very responsible.
The pool boy was very responsible.
Fucking hell.
Well, they use the term lover and automatically go to a Filipino pool boy. I don't know how that. Maybe it's just because she's a 44-year-old woman.
Is that where your mind goes when someone says lover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Lover goes to like a Latin dude.
Filipino specifically.
It's not Latin at all. Filipino pool boy.
Filipino pool boy. This is the
Why
only
is
kind of
his
pool boy
name
I.
Pablo?
Because I told him his name's Pablo. He doesn't get a say.
Jesus. All right. Well, when they arrived, the man told the medics that his partner's body had gone stiff during the episode. She felt sick when she arrived at the hospital and was suffering a nasty headache. And basically, she suffered an aneurysm, which was a brain bleed.
And says she scored a 6 out of 10 on the pain scale. What is this woman made of? A brain bleed is a 6 out of 10?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what does it take for her to meet 10 out of 10? And be like, oh, ma'am, you have a bullet wound going through each of your temples. I'm like an 8.
Yeah, it's an 8.
Like,
Yeah,
what?
Maybe a 7. I don't know.
Like, Jesus, lady.
But anyways, the doctor's team warned that rigorous activity, including passionate romps, can cause aneurysms to burst. And, you know, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, so if you're going to have sex ever, get a CT scan so they can find out you have aneurysm so that you can have sex anyway, but then at least they know to bring you to the hospital.
I know. Pablo will know to bring you to the hospital if you pass out during one of his...
Clearly this isn't Pablo. They spoke to the doctor, and the doctor understood them.
Jesus. Oh, man.
I already forgot his ethnicity.
You going back between like Latin and Filipino for this guy. You went to Filipino, but he's named Pablo. I don't know what.
I just like the name Pablo.
Oh man. I was gonna say this woman went to like a very long length to get this guy to stop.
Right? So he's like, this is so bad I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
It's not because of pleasure. You're doing such a terrible job of getting me off that I'm gonna fucking have an aneurysm.
Yeah, her girlfriend's gonna show up later and be like, are you okay? And be like, yeah, I finally shook him though. Jesus Christ.
Jesus, man, I had the worst headache.
Like, why can't you just tell him? I'm too nice. I don't know. Okay, I chose the brain bleed.
I chose the brain bleed today. Okay, I had that aneurysm kicking around and just fucking.
So I
decided to let that pop.
It's got to go one time or another, you know? Let's just get rid of him now.
Yeah. Can't do it. Well, I mean, talk about not a happy ending.
You had to do it, didn't you? We need drums. Well, we need a drum. We did a snare and a hi-hat. That's it. I'm on it. I'm working on it.
I'll get the sound bite maybe in post. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll figure it out. We'll get it going.
Soundbite that I would like to get in post though is this for this next story.
Oh, it so is. Well, I mean, there's a moral to this story.
100%.
Don't have sex or you'll die. Done. This, I mean, honestly, there's no segue to this. This is just like now for something entirely different. I mean, it starts with an incredible video. You guys can't see a video, so like, you know, fuck off. But machete fight during robbery at Huntsville gas station, 2 arrested. But to be specific, this is a fight at a Huntsville gas station between a man with a knife and a cashier with a machete.
You know, as you do.
As you do.
As you do.
And it is like if you watch the video, which you will,
And you 100% should.
yes, you absolutely should. It's like a really awkward game of tag with knives.
It's definitely a visual story, but we'll try to tell it in podcast form the best we can.
I mean, the best way I can describe it is, when you're kids and you have a sword fight with like your sibling with a stick, but you don't actually fight like you would if you had real swords. Your goal is to just clash them together as many times as you can. That's pretty much what this is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a newly released surveillance video shows a knife fight between two would-be robbers and a store clerk. Two people arrested in this attempted robbery. And this is in Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama police confirmed that Laney Nicholson and Seth Holcomb both face attempted robbery charges. Basically, what happened here is that one of these people went inside the gas station, started to buy something, going back and forth to his car several times before pulling a large knife on the clerk and demanding cash. The video then shows that the same person then tried to leave the store, but the clerk auto-locked the door. As you do. And then the unidentified clerk then pulled a bigger knife, a machete, on this would-be robber.
Right.
As you do. I mean, like, honestly, this is definitely not in store protocol. Like, 100%. Like, you got trained here. The protocol cannot be, okay, robbery happens. If it's gun, you're fucked. Just let them go. But a knife?
You got this.
You got this.
Can you imagine that?
Auto-lock the door, take out the machete, and go to fucking town.
Can you imagine that? Be like, okay, so that's how you mop the floors. That's where the soda's stocked, and here's your machete.
Here's your machete. You're gonna need it. I would just be like, I'm done. I'm fine. A job I need a fucking machete for.
Yes,
I don't want.
If I'm not traversing the Amazon rainforest, I do not need a machete.
And even then, I don't want.
I don't want a machete. But no, here's Nancy. She's thirsty for blood.
Yeah. So, obviously the would-be robber tries to push his way through the door to escape. The clerk followed the robber outside and ended up fighting with the both of them who had their own, who also had, the other guy also had a knife as well. So basically the clerk also damaged their vehicle in the process.
What a champ.
Oh, man. It reminds me of the episode of The Office. I've been rewatching The Office recently. It's like the episode of The Office where the would-be fiance comes in and tries to like fight Jim, and then Dwight.
Oh yeah.
He fucking takes out Mace and fucking maces him in the face. And then there's like a cutscene later where Jim's just like, I'm just thankful he didn't fucking use the ninja star. And then it just shows Dwight fucking pulling out a ninja star.
And just shuriken. That's an old one. That's going back.
I know. I've been rewatching recently.
No kidding.
The Office is honestly one of those shows that I didn't watch when it was coming out. Like, I saw episodes here and there, and I kind of appreciate it, but like,
yeah, fair enough.
I didn't watch it because maybe it was high school-ish for me. I think a lot of people in our high school were into The Office.
No, see, I was watching Scrubs like a cool kid.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Scrubs all the way through, like, at least twice.
I just watched it for Kelso. He cracked me up.
Kelso. Dr. Kelso's great.
Oh, no, and the janitor, of course.
And Dr. Cox.
And Dr. Cox.
Of course. But it's one of those things, too, where I was... I didn't watch it all the way through. And then Katie and I just started watching it because... Obviously, it's on Netflix now.
Yeah,
Everything's
right.
on Netflix.
Yeah, it's all on Netflix. It's done on Netflix.
Yeah, so I was watching it there, and we were watching it. And I honestly have never gotten so many belly laughs from one show. Like, legitimately, like, belly laughs.
It's a lot of subtle humor.
But there's a lot of subtle humor, but, like, it's one of those shows where there's so many things where I've actually had legitimate laughs at it,
Because there's something it's so silly it's relatable.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah. Although, unfortunately, one thing that does bring it down quite a bit is like I cringe out a lot at that.
Yeah, that is kind of like the whole point of the outfit.
There's a lot of cringy humor. There's a lot of I could do without the cringy humor.
The UK one's less that, but that's just because Ricky Gervais is a boss.
Right.
And he's Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
I mean, he can sit there and read the nutrition facts on the thing of a pudding, and I will laugh.
And there's Michael Scott.
And there's Michael Scott.
Jesus Christ. But, you know, I've been enjoying it, but it's just been... That's what I've been dealing with recently.
Well, see, on this, though, this is the one thing I don't get. Like, I look at her, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, she looks like she's down on luck. Maybe she needs the money for her meth habit, whatever. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, Seth.
He's actually a pretty boy.
So Lainey, I don't know if we said this earlier, but Lainey Nicholson is a woman, and Seth Holcomb is a male. And Holcomb was the one who went in and initiated the robbery, but she was the one who, when the clerk came outside with the machete, she also approached him and started fighting with him. So yeah. I don't know if I explained that earlier in the story.
No, it's good to clarify. I just don't get it, though.
The video is actually quite funny.
It really is. It's like a kid's game. It doesn't look like an actual fight. It doesn't look
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's actual risk to life in the video, but there probably was.
They're fucking... everyone has a knife.
Yes. Everyone has a knife of varying sizes.
And one person has a very large knife. So I think there's... some risk to life here.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
But that's just
But there were no injuries reported.
No injuries reported. Yeah. And obviously police found the vehicle and stopped the couple and took both into custody. So they are in custody currently. So there you go.
Oh, he's got nice hair. I'm just saying.
And store employees have declined to speak with the news site that was reporting this. But that's one thing I want to harp on that again. Why it's so bizarre to me. Why keep a machete? This is a terrible area if you're keeping a machete at your desk at work.
Yeah.
100%.
Shouldn't there be a silent alarm? No, we just give you a machete. It's cheaper.
Yeah, we had the auto lock on the door.
All you get is a rusty machete.
You get the machete. If the robber has a fucking smaller knife than you auto lock that door and you fucking go.
You cut them down to size and what you do.
You know the deal.
Take your machete and just go to town.
It's fucked, man. It's fucked.
It really is.
I would love to see the training manual.
Right? Robber comes in, take machete, and defend the cigarettes to your death.
It's like you have the safety manual, and you're like, oh, here's what you do in the case of a fire. You break this, and you pull out this, and you have the illustrations of a guy putting out a fire with the fire.
Oh, no.
And then you have illustrations of guy comes in, has a knife. All right, auto lock door. Pick out machete.
But see, here's the misunderstanding. Machete. Every emergency scenario is solved by a machete. Fire, smack it with a machete. Is there a flood? Poke some holes in the wall with a machete.
They didn't say where this was, what type of convenience store this was, so that's interesting.
Well, they also didn't say it was supplied. Maybe this guy just carries a machete with him. He's just a maniac.
That's true. Maybe he brings a machete to work. That's insane. That's a little concerning.
His employer's going to come in the next day why didn't you trigger the silent alarm? Because I got this.
Yeah, 100%.
It's oh, shit, man.
For the last 6 months, all the other employers are I'm not working with Jim today. Fuck that. Fuck that dude. He brings a machete every single shift. The next day, they're like, please let me lurk with Jim.
Please.
He has the machete. He brings it into work. He protects us.
He protects us. But on the other hand, it's he bought me a coffee the other day. I forgot to pay him back, and he pulled a machete on me.
Holy shit, this dude's insane.
He's insane. And
who hired him?
Funny, I don't think anyone did. He just kind of showed up here with a machete. What are you going to do, say no to a guy with a machete?
That's how he got the job. He's like, what would you do in a situation of a robber? Okay, Mr. Manager. Drops the machete down on the table, and it's like, you're hired.
Yes, you are exactly who we're looking for.
It wasn't in the job description, but it was implicitly implied that you would bring your machete to the job interview.
Fantastic. Welcome to Compton.
Welcome to Huntsville, Alabama. Here you go. Here's your machete.
I didn't think Huntsville was that rough of a place, but now I know. If you go to Huntsville, Alabama, you bring your machete.
You bring it. You always bring
it. And don't say, I don't have what you do. Just bring it.
Just bring it. Just do it. You know, don't ask questions. Just do it.
Mine's rusty. Because I want you to hurt and get sick.
If you don't die, I want you to be really sick.
You're going to get tetanus like hell.
And with that note, I think that wraps up the rest of this podcast. Any final parting thoughts for our wonderful viewers before we sign off here, Natty?
Y'all need a machete. I need a machete. You need a machete. Everyone needs a machete.
Everyone does. 100%.
Everyone does.
I'm going to go out and buy a machete tonight. Let's go do it.
That's right, guys. Remember?
It's 10:30 at night, but let's fucking buy a machete.
That's right. Give up your firearms. Get machetes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Sounds. I mean, I'm down.
It's more of a gentleman's duel, anyway.
Right.
Machete to machete.
Robert comes into your house. It's like, I challenge you, sir, to a gentleman's. You slap him across the face with your fucking glove in your pocket, and you go, I challenge you, sir, to a gentleman's duel.
Ah, let me retrieve my machete.
The machete's in the fucking closet.
Have you yours? Of course I do.
Of course I do. I'm a robber of, highest regard.
Because of great valor.
I have great valor, great charisma. I will fight you to the duel in a duel.
This machete has slain many homeowners and has gained me many Vizio televisions.
I wish we'd go back to life when life was simple like that.
Or you could just steal televisions with a machete.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's okay. Wait for the nuclear holocaust. That would be totally an option at that point.
I mean, if there's a nuclear holocaust, then we wouldn't be able to use TVs, but,
But
whatever.
the survivors can fight over them with machetes.
You could steal them.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I don't know what you'd do with them, but you could take them.
You could take them. I don't know if they'd work, but you could take them.
Just sit in a warehouse full of TVs. These are worth something once.
They might be again.
Who knows?
Who knows? But I'll be a rich man.
And you will never get them because I have a machete.
Anyways, if you would like to join our conversation, email us at misguidedmeeplespodcast@gmail.com or tweet us at misguidedmeeple. Thank you all so much for joining our conversation this week, and we'll talk to you all again next week.
Bye.
The music in our intro is Retro Future Clean, and the outro music you hear now is called Breakdown.
Both tracks were done by Kevin MacLeod at incomtech.com. If you would like to get in contact with the show, our email address is misguidedmeeplespodcast@gmail.com.
On Twitter, we are at misguidedmeeple. Follow us for show news and links to all the crazy news stories we covered in this week's episode.
And maybe even some bonus ones we didn't cover.
Gotta follow us to find out.